Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. This one's slightly different and it's quite a spontaneous one, to be honest. Last Tuesday, my birthday technical Tuesdays, I did in fact go into a few points, the main points and the main things I've learned in my 8 years of trading, and to be honest, a lot of them were psychology based. I did give a few pointers out there explaining to you that I'm always constantly refining my ways on the charts, simplifying methods, and focusing on the finer details in order to actually make better analysis, produce better trading results, and make my day much more simplistic and streamlined. With that being said, I just want to go back to one or two things. Number one is the 5K challenge from last year, and I'm going to just throw in the My Fxbook link down below so you guys can go check it out. But I just want to talk about a few things. Number two is journaling. I'm going to take it back to the month of June, July. Which month was it again? It was June, mid-June. That's when I started the 5K challenge. So going back, why did I decide to do the 5K challenge and connect the My Fxbook to the account and openly throw it out there? Because number one, before I do get into that, I have never really seen anybody, put out a My Fxbook link with everything showing public. So people can go on there every day, click it, check it out, see how you've done, and so on. Now, the reason I did it for this challenge in particular was for myself and to enhance and take my mindset to the next level. I did mention this last week, so I got a few questions about it on Instagram, so that's why I'm doing this video, to go into it into more detail. It's been a long day already. It's been a mad 2 weeks. It was a bit of a crazy weekend as well. I had more of an extended birthday party. I have some friends and family we haven't seen for a while come down to stay with me, so it was great. So just bear with me on this video. Another sip of coffee. Just put out a new Everything Effects article on the euro, by the way, looking for a drop, maybe 60, 70 pips on that pair. Currently in the trade as well. I'll put that link below. All right, so back to the My Fxbook. Going back last year, wins. The way I journal, I've been journaling for about 7 or 8 years. I picked up the journaling method, I think it was from the Master Key system. It's called the Master Key system. If you guys have never heard of it, go check it out. It's a great self-development book, and the audio book is incredible as well. The way you should journal, I journal for, number one, my trading results. I have an ongoing conversation with myself and the book. It's great to get things out of your head, whether it's tension, good vibes, bad vibes. I always like to journal the happy times, the bad times, to see where could I have learned more from a certain situation, maybe like the situation I've just had in the last 2 weeks. Where could I have improved? How could I have dealt with it better? And only by writing it down and being honest with yourself can you actually look at it as another simple chapter in the entire story, and again, make your movie a lot more interesting, your movie of life a lot more interesting, but also improve and become stronger, emotionally stronger, mentally stronger, whatever it may be. So if I go to the start, I didn't really have a huge target for the 5K challenge, but I was expecting firstly over 6 figures. Simple as that. I did something similar in the first 4 months of the year. I succeeded incredibly, and then for me the 5K challenge was, let me just do it as fast as I can, as hard as I can, to test my mind, to see how my mind could actually last throughout the waves of trading. Because the way I was trading and the way I was scaling and the lot sizes I was using for that account, I do not advise it. I never put it out there and said, this is the way to trade. I made it extremely clear time and time again for those following me on Instagram that it was solely for me. It was solely to test my abilities, solely to test my mindset and see if I could maybe push my mental attitude into the stratosphere in order for me to actually become better. And that's why I actually did it in front of the public. Now let's be honest, let's get it out there. Many people want you to fail. You're going to have friends who will smile in your face. Yes, they will smile in your face And we've had a lot of those recently, where they'll smile in your face, but they wish the worst upon you. And to be honest, even the people that you might know on social media, something happens, they're gonna throw you straight under that bus. They are gonna throw you straight under the bus. So it was my risk and on my behalf to put the link out there. And I knew that, okay, let's say I got the account from 5K to 10K, then blew it. That's me over. Game over for me. If I even got the account from 5K to 150K, 200K, and then maybe lost, I don't know, 80, 90%, that'd be game over for me as well. If we look 5 years back on the AstroFX YouTube channel, I've always come out there and I've always tried to share some of my trading results. I remember back then I had like a 25, 30K account. And I was still showing, and this video is still up, you can go find it. It's on one of the first Technical Tuesdays, I think between 1 and 5. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because again, for me, I know the world is watching and it puts pressure on me to actually become better and refine myself on all levels. So anyway, back to the journal. As I was trading, I was also journaling. So I had an IG Index account, which I started with 10K, and I also had the Traders Domain account, which I started with 5K. 10K was pounds, the 5K was US dollars. I didn't really have too much, I never really have a target plan or a monetary plan when trading. I just congratulate myself for the losses I congratulate myself for the wins, but I also congratulate myself for the losses to see where I slipped up, where I could be better. In here, I like to forecast my future and I write it as if it's already happened. I like to put out my past like it's a story and, you know, as honest as hell. Throughout some of the ups and downs of the trading, even though we didn't really have too many downs, my IG Index, I remember I got that to 90K, Traders Domain was at 130K. This week ahead will push me to 250 to 500,000 per account. When I hit these figures, I will post the account to the public. I already put done there because I put that out just from the get-go. And I will continue to strive in my trading and be as strong as I can going forward. And that was on the 17th of June. A few days went by. Now I remember the 5K went to around 8K, small trades. And you can see, you can go through the Myfxbook yourself and you can check that out. And then I gradually stepped it up. It was extremely tiring because I was up maybe every 2 hours. If I had some trades on, because I was using big lot size, and I do not recommend that to everybody, it was a challenge, and I had to be on point because I knew the whole world was watching. I think one of the days, I pushed the account up to like 30,000. I think that was in around 20 trades or so. I remember it's an Aussie dollar, pushed me up to the 30K level. Then from the 30K, I remember I had a trade on goal, which was around 250 to 300 pips, I believe. And I scaled in on that. I believe it was a short going back in time. And I was out and about in London, and I knew this was going to do extremely well because I did it before, and the market was very, very liquid at that time. There's a lot of volume. So I went over to the McLaren garage, and some of you guys may remember this, and I put in my book here, I am going to purchase the McLaren 720S ASAP. When my IG account has surpassed whatever figure, here it says 600K, in progress. This didn't happen yet. I speaking it into existence myself. I was writing that down. I was solidified on this. That got me up in the morning. That motivation right there was the reason for me to stay so focused and drink any alcohol for the whole month extremely well. Okay, I drank the best water, coffee galore, which isn't always the best, but I did whatever it took to actually push me through. I knew the whole world was watching. I needed to stay motivated myself. No one's there at night patting me on the back or, you know, making me breakfast in bed. It was me who had to find the motivation, who had to write it down and journal within myself and keep these words connected to me in order for me to actually push forward. My results are phenomenal, and I will have my own fund by 2019. So we're in 2019 now. We have the office here in Mayfair. The fund is ready to go. The crypto fund should be releasing next week to the public, and that's what's going to be the turnaround on crypto narrative to take it into that new professional level and domain. And it's a 2 to 5 year plan. It's going to be 10 years down the line. So I was writing this down. When was the date? 21st of June 2018. Even though that's always been one of my goals anyway, the way and the rate it came around, Back then, I didn't think I was ever going to have an office in London, and look what happened. So life will always continue to surprise you in various different ways if you're in tune with your own goals, yourself, and again, if you're always honest with what is going on in the present moment. I've been doing this for so many years. It really did actually help me get through the 5K challenge. And just trading in general as well. Like obviously I don't trade to that extreme. I can post a trade, I can place a trade. I'm in the euro at the moment. I'm looking at USD CAD long perhaps. And it's safe and steady. If anybody wants to come, and I don't deal with investors, I don't deal with, I had one from last summer, and you guys may have seen it on my Instagram. I was actually with Tori at the time. We did a test run for some big investors in London. I just closed that out after 10 months, 33%. 4 out of the 10 months I was away on vacation, so I wasn't trading. And that was just after the 5K challenge had closed down because I took some time off and away from the market. It took me a while to actually get through that money, spend that, had some travel, put some into cryptos, BTC, etc. But yeah, one of the investors just closed out at 33%, and then we're going to see what happens maybe in 2 months or so going forward once we get some of the other side aspects of the business complete. So again, from the 5K challenge to an investor, we're trading at 1-2% a trade, if that. It depends on the actual account volume and how much is in there. But 33% for 7 months trading, safely, slowly, steadily. That payout's gone forth. That was again another achievement for me. So the trading that we do now is completely different. People may say, show your entire account. The account I trade with now, it's not even MT4. So I don't have the Myfxbook for that. And only if I'm doing serious business with somebody, which maybe I will soon, maybe I won't. I'm still like a bit 50-50 about taking any investors on because it's extra stress and all of that side of the business comes into it. Hey, if anyone wants to come and see me, they can come and see me. So anyway, going forward, today I purchased a McLaren 720S, £150,000 paid, made from Forex, pulled out of this account. So that was another good achievement. Next day, 21st of June. First day I closed, traders domain at $250,000, IG index at £120,000. Easily one of the best achievements in my entire life so far. Well done, you fucking did it. Story continues. I was bigging myself up a little bit there. You have to do that sometimes. I sometimes do that if I've had like 4 trades in a row and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You know, people are like, you're so arrogant, you're so cocky. Man, listen, it's fucking life, man. People are just miserable as fuck. Anyway, withdrawals from IG. If you guys remember, before I actually went to Miami in the summer, I was posting up again. I was being transparent as hell. I was like, 20K a day was coming out of IG index spread betting while I was still growing, making profit on top of that, and also still killing the trader's domain account. Next, I will continue to trade past 1 million each account, continue to crush the statistics and live good. And yeah, I have a few more other goals there, a little bit personal, house goals and stuff like that. And then the next day, right, I pushed the account up to 685,000. Oh no, sorry, this was before that. Hard day, 80K loss, large lots. In brackets, please check the lower time frame, MAs, and 1 or 2 other strategies in here for the larger volume trades. So what I did there, I made a mistake. I probably got too ahead of myself. I may have had to run errands that day. I don't know. I can't remember. Normally I keep it, you know, normally I will write it a lot more detailed than it is here. This was just an ongoing, just some of the, probably the fastest 4 weeks of my life, to be honest. So, moving on, the world seen that, whatever. And at the time, I was also posting the entries. I was also doing Instagram lives and showing people are running lot sizes and running trades, whilst I was just fully out there at this moment in time. So fully exposed. Right, cool. Car accepted, collecting tomorrow, all smooth. While I collected the car, by the way, I was in the night. It was a bit surreal to me. It didn't really sink in until maybe months afterwards. It was spinning on the rotator, and it's like, people's dream cars. And the guy was like, oh, you blah, blah, blah. I was sat in my seat, no word of a lie, and I was just looking at the trades. I was continuously just focused on the goal, And I think for me, throughout my most powerful stretches in the market, I have put the market first. And I'm not allowed any outside source or distraction to come in and tear my mental awareness away from the market. And yeah, I mean, we drove away and stuff in the car, made a little video. I didn't even upload the video, and carried on with trading. Now is my 4th week in the market, the fucking longest and largest week yet. So by now I was getting a little bit fatigued. $500,000, here we come. 685,000 clear profit before dropping. Amazing achievement. And basically Friday the 13th, I picked the car up at 11:30 a.m. Some good numbers there. But then, oh yeah, I went to Thailand straight after. But right, the account topped out at 685k. The IG index account made it to $250,000. There was a leverage difference there though, but from 10k to $250,000 was still decent. Lesson. In my Element 13 videos, which is an additional ongoing live trading journal from AstroFX, it's not new strategies or new this, new that. If it's a new strategy, then it's going to outrule all the material that came before it. We don't do that shit. It's not that. It's putting all of the material into practice and giving you an ongoing, consistent video journal of how to use it and how I'm using it. And then you can pick up the gems yourself as you go along. And that's just going to be added on. One video in that segment, I think it's the 4th video in the 8 main intro videos, is what I learned from the 5K challenge, and it's a 25-minute video. I go and pick into the Myfxbook, and I go through all of the wins, all of the losses, where I use certain lot sizes, you know, because it's very, very still fresh in my memory. But at the end of it, what actually happened with the broker? What happened with the broker? Now, I've got nothing bad to say, about Traders Domain broker. It is what it is. I think that A book, B book stuff came into it, and I got stopped out on the rollover a few times, which I believe, I know that someone somewhere was trying to stop me from jumping to where I wanted to jump. At the rate I exploded, yeah, I believe that I was being manipulated, if you wish, on the charts, because if you guys remember, I had the GBP JPY open. It spiked me out, big 50, 60 pip spike. I compared it to the TradingView chart from MT4. TradingView didn't have it. My IG index trades, which I was running simultaneously, were still on, and I actually made money off the GJ long. I remember it went up to like 150, I believe, in the summer. But 2 days in a row, boom, I was struck by lightning. And then for me, after that, I just, I couldn't be bothered anymore. I was at the end of my shit. I was in Miami, Florida, having a good time, and I just went from there. So I ended the challenge. So 4 weeks, I went from 5K to 685K. All statistics are here. IG index, that was great. And then I had some time off, came home for about a week or so. Then I went to Thailand for 6 weeks. Then I went to Bali. Then I came back, and I was on and off trading. I was trading the investor account at the time, which we, just pulled out of. Successful, very successful. And yeah, we're back at it again. So instead of posting in the next few months, you guys are going to see from me my ongoing journal. I'm going to put it on YouTube as well, but you're going to have about 100, 150 videos of me taking an account from. I started at 1,313. I'm currently over 6 figures at the moment, and I've journaled, documented every single trade, all of my analysis, merged it all together. I'm creating a little bit of a movie masterpiece out of it. Then I'm going to sit down with some geniuses to try to make it the best it can be, and the best delivery system, visual experience of trading. And then for me, I'm ready to step into my fund and then go from there. So guys, you guys remember who are on board, summer 18, check out the Myfxbook link below. And let me just go through now a few of the statistics and explain 1 or 2 more things to you. So I hope that helps. I might blabber on a little bit, but as I say, had a mad weekend, crazy 2 weeks. I just thought I'd deliver some information to you about journaling, find your own feet, with it all. Aside from the emotional journaling and the emotional tests and being honest with yourself, because a lot of people are losing because they're not honest with themselves. They'll continue to do the dumb shit over and over and over and over again, but they won't look at it. They'll think in their head, oh, it might just because, you know, I'm still going to use 100 lots. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, journaling alongside keeping your trades in a spreadsheet if you really want to do that. I don't really do that anymore, to be honest. I have it all just backed up on my account. And the analytical side of things, I can look at a chart, i.e. the euro, spot a trade setup straight away because I'm focused on it like the back of my hand. I always try to keep my trade times down at a minimal. I'm only really in 1 or 2 trades maximum at one time. And again, constant refinement. Instead of trading taking over your life and overwhelming you, you have to learn the market to an extent, learn your own emotional and mental capabilities to your own extent, and this can take years and years and years, and then merge and synchronize both of them so your day is a lot more harmonious when trading, and when you're monitoring trades, you're not freaking out because you're using crazy lot sizes, like I did in the 5K challenge. But that was my challenge. I passed it, I overstepped the mark, and so yeah, let's get into the Myfxbook, and you guys have a great week. Right, now let's get into the technical bit, if you will. Right here we have the Myfxbook. The link is in the bio. Sean Lee Personal 5K Challenge, Trader's Domain, technical, manual trading, leverage on here is 1 to 100. MetaTrader 4. Verified, whatever. Now, if you look at this, deposits 4,636. It wasn't even 5K. It was less than 5K. Withdrawals 102,500. Balance highest 616,480. That was on June the 28th. That was a profit there. Drawdown 56%. I know people are going to be like, but what about the drawdown? What about the drawdown? This is not a fund. This is not a fund. This is not my fund. This is the 5K challenge. The challenge. Why is it such a high drawdown? Because when you're starting off with 4 or 5K, once you've been trading 6, 7 figures, it's quite hard to mentally adjust. And I did my best to actually mentally adjust to that level. And I didn't trade any of my other accounts, only the IG one and the Trader's Domain. Why did I run an IG index account alongside this? Number one is because so many critics out there said, oh, this broker's not regulated. Hell, I even had people say I'm running some kind, what was it called? Some weird ass scam anyway. So whatever. So I actually continue to run the IG index alongside this because IG index, everybody knows that they're one of the longest standing brokers, and that's who I use at the moment actually. I have been using for a while, but that's why I ran the IG index alongside Trader's Domain, because people are going to say this, that about it. Why did I use Trader's Domain? Mainly because of the BTC. You can put Bitcoin in, take Bitcoin out. And yeah, let's get into the nitty gritty statistics. So over here, overall on average, there was 138 trades taken. Profitability was a 73% win ratio. Now, people can't even do, I would say 95% of people can't even do 100 trades without collapsing their account. They can't even get to the level where they've done 50 trades without collapsing their account. Again, this is why the journaling, whether it's going to be the ongoing written journal, whether it's going to be the statistical journal, which could also be my Fxbook, if you have it private, or they don't even do the analytical journal where it's before, after. I always say to people, before you start placing trades, actually go onto the charts, work your arse off until you get to the level, let's say, where you can do 50 befores and afters, just analysis. Everyone knows, well, probably not everybody knows, but analysis and trading are completely different. the two wholes, of, the two segments of the whole that need to be brought in together. People try to rush and people may have made certain mistakes, where they've made certain losses in the market, where they're always trying to like get them losses back. And when you're consistently and constantly trying to get your losses back, just by placing trades or just by following somebody else or just going for like people's signals and stuff like that, you're taking your eye off the main focus. Now, I would say probably 60% of people are in the market for the wrong reasons. They're not here to learn the skill. They're here to try to make a quick buck. I always say to people, let's say we get 40, 50 trades, befores and afters. Keep it nice and organized, nice and neat, so you can go back and see, okay, and build that confidence to say, okay, you went from here to here, perfect. You didn't go from here to here, let me review it. Was there some fundamental announcement that came out? Was there this, was there that? How can we be better at what we do? Only then, let's say you were looking at 4 or 5 currency pairs, can you go back into it and say, every Euro JPY trade or piece of analysis that I've done, out of these 50 trades in my journal, and this journal can maybe take 4 to 6 months. And I always recommend that. Don't even place a trade yet. We get into that afterwards. We need to build the confidence first. We need to build the chart skill set. We need to actually know what we're doing before we actually, why would we want to make trades when we don't know what we're doing? So let's say the Euro JPYs, let's say you did 12 or something, or 15 out of the entire 50 trades, which were other currency pairs, or 90% of those EJ trades went the other way. Let's say you put the risk reward tool on there as a simulated trade, they went the other way. You know what, that currency pair, you may have to just fuck it off. It might not be for you. And I think that many people, especially the way the brains work and the way they can connect with the market, if they can or can't, some currencies will be for them, others won't. Then you move on. The point I'm trying to express here is that a lot of people don't even get to the level or the stage where they can go through all of the trades, before putting the money in, to actually refine and see which currency pairs actually work for them. A lot of it is because of people that are so impatient, they want to jump the gun. Maybe they see people living a different lifestyle around them and they're doing it again for the wrong reasons. They want to try to get rich quick. All of this nonsense that ties in with it. There's certain steps and certain journaling processes that need to be done for you to actually get to a level where you can make good money. Anyway, going back to this right here, the longs, 76% wins, shorts, 70% wins, average wins there, average losses, lots, 3,841 lots. What was the pip count? 8,938 pips. Let me just correct that one there. It wasn't 8,938. It was, I think it was around 800 pips in total. The reason why Myfxbook has done that is because they count the extra decimal on the gold. So if you do 100 pips on gold, or let's say you made 10 pips on gold, here, because it counts the next decimal, it will show 100 pips. So that pip count's a bit exaggerated. It is just shy of 1,000, but 1,000 pips, that's the power of what 1,000 pips can do with that winning ratio of 138 trades. If we go into the history here, again, we always have to start at the end. Starting at the end, if I go through the deposit, so deposit, if you look at some of the trades here, 2 lots, 3 lots, 5 lots, 3 lots, are still, I would say 2 or 3 lots is still a large amount to actually place on a 4K account. But with me, again, it was a challenge. I was confident if I had 1 or 2 losses, I can recuperate, and I was fixated on the chart, and I was literally, most of the trades at the start for the first 2 weeks, I was babysitting them. I was babysitting them in my bedroom. I was babysitting them out and about. Wherever I was constantly looking at the trades, and my mind was connected with the market. Here, if we go into some of the other wins and losses, we have lot sizes around between 2 lots and 7 lots, depending on the market. I can tell a few of these were actual scalings as well, where I added to winning positions using a specific strategy that I have in order to maximize the profit potential. Had a good streak of wins there. Next page, we have wins, a couple losses there, as you can see. GBP USD buys didn't really work out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can tell that's a whole scaling, so I had 4 positions on, but still I tried to minimize the actual loss on that one. Came back with a little bit of a bang overall. 1 or 2 losses up there, but going on to the next page, when did I start to withdraw some money? A few wins on the euro, a few losses on gold, USD CAD in there. So as you can see, we're stepping up a little bit here. Lot sizes are still around 5 lots, but I would have added multiple 5 lot entries on specific trades. Withdrawal 1,500. I think that was just to test the withdrawal system on the broker, because that was the first time I did a deposit and a withdrawal, and that was a BTC withdrawal. That was probably just as a small token, because for me, when I push the money along in trading, I always like to maybe just withdraw a little bit. Let's say we make like 20K for the week. I would like to withdraw maybe 2 or 3K. I would always say anywhere in between 5 and 10% of that's just an example, 5 and 10% of a win. I like to just go out and have some fun with it, whether it's go out to a restaurant, treat family, treat friends, share it. I'm very, very generous in what I do. Or whether it's, pay car insurance or some token for your achievement while you allow the rest to grow. It depends on your goals and what you actually aspire towards. Going into this now, as you can see, we really, really stepped up. There's the gold that I was talking about. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, around 80K win on gold, which really pushed the boat out. That's when I went to the McLaren garage in the book here, in the journal. 10K withdrawal up there. Then we had the GBP losses. The GBP losses there, this one here, hard day, 80K loss. I think it was that 80K loss, 3, 6, yeah, GBP USD. Please check the lower time frame. So again, as a quick scribble as to the mistake I may have made there, and imagine the world sees that and you're like, oh shit, fuck, how am I gonna bring this one back? You have to be strong. You have to want to get out of bed in the morning. You have to push on. The McLaren in my brain, before that loss happened, pushed me towards it, and I was trying to manifest that goal, manifest that achievement, and I feel like I had an extremely large part to play in my motivation and how I funneled my energy back into the market to get back on my feet. Withdraw, I made a small sell there, withdrawals, and then we had killed the GBP AUD and GBP USD. After that, 20K. GBP USD sell, 120,000 profit, 137,000 profit, 126,000 profit, 75, again, scaling tactics. So lot sizes, as the curve went, the lot sizes got larger and larger, but so did the focus on the charts. And I was trading off maybe like a 15-minute time frame, holding some of these trades overnight. A few losses there as well. And then we went into what I experienced. Euro loss, euro win, 30,000 withdrawals. So as I was going along, I was doing chunks of withdrawals. So remember, the profit was extremely large, but so were the withdrawals. I mean, 30K, I used to work a year for that, because that's dollars, right? I used to work a year for 30K. So for me, having that back from the 5K, if the whole challenge failed and I managed to withdraw 30K, I still would have made money. Now, overall, if we go into it, just wrap this up, the GBP JPY losses come through. I was transparent with that with everybody. I was just pissed off at that point. I was very, very annoyed. And I was like, whatever, I'll surrender to it. It's over. And then if I go into some of the new videos I have on Vimeo for Element 13, so if I go, where is it? So throughout the summer, I recorded this. So I went to the Maldives, then I went into a video about my charts, another Maldives video right there as well. Then I went over to Dubai, and I was just sharing knowledge and what I put together in the entire year of 2018, expectations, some talking points there. And again, what I learned from the 5K challenge, 25-minute video, which I go into deeper. I pull up the account and I go into the deeper psychology of what I learned and how I overcame that to be better at what I'm doing. And we have all of the elements going on there, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. And with that account in particular, I funded it with 1,313. I'm up over 6 figures, sorry. My goal is over 7 figures, and I could outperform myself on that one, perhaps. But when I was at like 10, 11K, I took out the 1,300, and then my initial investment was already done. And that is what more or less I did here on the My Fxbook. Anyway, this video is getting a little bit long now. It's all there for you guys to go and check out. It's had 62,191 views. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, really, because I've seen like people post here and there, everyone has something to say about whatever, but the bottom line is, I'm not even preaching this as like trading results, because this isn't trading results for me. This is just wild summer. And again, testing my psychology to become stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's it. That is it. So I'm quite proud of this, to be honest. I always forget it's here. But as I was going through some of my Element 13 videos, and I kept relating back to the 5K challenge and learning from that and giving more advice throughout my new videos, I thought I would just drop a YouTube video for you guys to maybe gain some value from. What else can I throw in there? I'm not too sure, but watch out for what's to come with the fund. Watch out what's to come with the Element 13. When I push that account over 1 million and I have it all recorded, that's what more or less inspired Element 13, to be honest, was the criticism I got. That 25-minute video inside the Vimeo, which I just showed you, I talk about the critics, what the criticism was, some of the bullshit that comes out of people's minds. This is crazy, but then that inspired me and pushed me on to do Element 13. It's like, how can I do this better? Because this was the second time I pushed it over to 1 million from a small account. So I said to myself, why don't I do it again? Create an ongoing learning journal out of it, show my journey in more detail, show myself in more detail, and record it. What can people say then when you have it all recorded step by step by step? They can't say anything. For me, that's going to be my graduation into the fund, into the higher level stuff. I literally came into the trading game. I started with zero knowledge. I've always had to pick myself up from all of the bad times. I learned some hard ways, some rocky times. Last few weeks have been a bit crazy. We're back here. That's it. That's the goal. You have to be strong in this game. It's one of the hardest things to do. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Moving on. Let me know what your comments are, suggestions, and yeah, find me a message on Instagram. Maybe I might go over it on live and answer some of you guys' questions and go from there. But yeah, anyway, thank you. Have a great week. By the way, quick one. Euro USD. Put the article up today. Anywhere below 1.1277, I'm looking for a downturn into 1.1177 on the euro there. Other than that, updating Cryptonary at the moment with Ethereum, Ripple, BTC. But I'm looking at like 4-hourly and daily movements. Bit of consolidation on all of those at the moment. Hopefully we can get some movement into the mid half of the week. But yeah, Euro USD, let's see how that one plays out. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again.